Let's see how it went. Robin takes white, Milena takes black, but she doesn't start with a Tengen. It all starts with this complicated Joseki, such a pincer. Black goes out, white goes out with a Kosumi, which once I called a bird Kosumi, flying away from the opponent's stones, because we don't want to push against our own stone, so it makes sense, good move. And then maybe black can do the same, or maybe push. But what black did in the game was a pincer. It's possible, but risky. What happens if white plays here? Can we connect underneath? Not necessarily. So it might be better to play a low pincer. Then it's much easier to connect underneath. Black fights against white and tries to connect underneath. So in the end, it worked. Now black can add a move, and black should. But white also got something. Well, in fact, the ladder doesn't work, so white might be interested in capturing this stone, or maybe first playing here to finish in center. Yes, so this would be probably a bit better result for white. In the game, black played away, but then white can cut black, and this looks very, very risky for black. White managed to capture that stone. Well, yes. What could black do? It seems like nothing could be done, but in fact, no. What happens if we go out with the empty triangle? Now, white cannot really play like this. White would die. Like this, well, like this, it's more complicated. But even if black dies with the 3 stones, black can fight on the other side. Very complicated, but might be good. White can also play like this and that, but is there a net? Actually, there is that Tesuji, which I missed. So maybe there exists a net. And then black is captured. And white is happy, even though black is connected underneath. In the game, black played this Atari, but still, probably better to not play this exchange. Like, why would we? We are not afraid that white plays here now, are we? Then white Ataried from below. And black pushes out. And black can run out with the ladder, so it's not hopeless for black. It's very complicated. White connects because white doesn't want to lose the cutting stones, of course. And unfortunately for black, the net doesn't work. White can go out, so black read this variation and decides, it's not good for anything, and instead chose different moves. But in fact, what black chose was no better than that variation, and that net, even though it didn't work, it was quite promising for black. In the game, white played this beautiful driving Tesuji and went out with a good shape. Now, black's group is very thin, and this group of white is rather strong. Black has a dumpling here. Maybe it's possible to live in the corner, but it's even not clear. And even if black now spends a move and manages to live, white gets a lot on the top. So this is not promising for black. But if black played the net instead, maybe without that first exchange, then, well, black is going to lose the 5 stones, but black gets a lot of strength on the outside. Maybe black continues with this move. Maybe white goes out, but then it might be risky. So white might go back to kill the corner, and black gets a really, really big strength towards the center. So this is acceptable for black. Or maybe black can even start a fight right away against white's group. But in the game, it looks too good for white. So, well, black should just accept that non-working net. It was a good option, in fact, even though it might have not seemed so because we don't capture. But anyway, we don't capture, it's not possible to capture, and in the game, black just gets not as beautiful power in the center as in that other variation. There is still the possibility that white splits black's wall, and the 5 stones are still um, seized by white. All right, I'm not sure if it was not better for white to extend. This is a very, very big move. But of course, capturing the corner is also very big, and maybe it is possible for black to live. Yeah, it might be possible. Still, white can be happy with the result, but this is more straightforward. White has already a lot of points, and then white's only goal is to not let black create a huge moyo. And white managed it quite well. Build a group here first. Maybe now Milena should have emphasized the top side, because there is no that great continuation against this shape. It looks a bit thin, but what can black do in fact? There is not much what white can do in fact. There is not much white can do. White can live on a big scale, but this would be only asking for trouble, because then the other group gets very weak. So this is not a good idea. And like this, we are only letting white go into our own area and destroy our potential. So don't worry about this shape. I know that it looks very thin, this ABC. We would much prefer to have a stone at D or at E, but in fact, the threat is not big. If white plays like this, well, it's nothing too special. Probably black can even fight this way. But if not, then there is always the option to play like this or to play like that. Actually, why not? Yes, like this, white secured the group. Then this move is a bit unexpected. It's better to not leave weaknesses behind. This looks more dynamic, but in fact, it's so easy for white to penetrate black's area now. But white plays very calmly. White just added a move. And then black tries to get maximum. But again, it's a little bit too much. Better play here or even here. Because like this, you get a chance to create a much bigger moyo than if you play such a far away move, because obviously white will not answer. White will go in, and then it's not possible to capture white stone. So it looks like black felt a bit desperate, but still we should play more solid moves. Then just the chances are higher. Will white play here, or will white go deep, afraid that such a box might be enough? If white goes deeper, then we attack, and then the attack is much better. But in the game, the attack is too difficult. White simply went into the corner, and black decided to agree to give white life. Well, what can black do? Black could have played like that, but it should be rather easy for white to live with such a group. So black enclosed white instead, but then white already lived quite big and continues the incursion into black's area. A bit steady, slow move. Maybe it was possible to go deeper, but white doesn't want any trouble. Maybe white indeed has enough points already. Let's try to estimate. Let's say that black secures all this, 10, 20, 30, then 40, 50, 60, 72, 80. 80 is black's dream, and then still some potential. Wait, well, let's say like this. And white has 50. Of course, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stones of white, but also 5 11 stones of black, so it's exactly 50, 55, 61, 70, 5, 85, 90, Komi. So even if black plays like this, white also gets some points, by the way. It's very simple for white to play like that and like this, and black will not have enough points to win the game. That's why black tries to be more active, go into white's area, but then white knows that the only thing that he needs is to make life in black's area, gives away the corner, but destroys much more, like not sure if much more, but the potential is gone. So white makes sure that black will not have enough points for winning this game, and soon after black resigns. So this was a quick game. In fact, in Group A, in this season, we had a lot of very quick games, ended at move 100, 120. Somehow players just collapsed quickly. Once it is this player, once the other player. And yeah, that's it about French Derby in this season. And we have one last review to be made, and we will go back to Polish language.